It was very surprising to find an aviation company sandwiched between the IoT exhibition. It's very interesting. And I discovered that this has been developed under the patronage of AAI.
So that level of intelligence is coming into all different kinds of different network areas. So that's what is already happening, and probably will improve multiple in the next 1 to 2 years.
That significant level of personalization, even coming at home, and you talked about self-orienting antennas within the house itself. We talked about self-orienting antennas and on larger network level. Then, another part we talked about is energy efficiency. Getting to that level of energy efficiency is quite a big cost for operators as well. But before we come to any other aspect, so a question to Bharat. So Bharat, we talked about experience. We talked about connected experience. We talked about product development. So one of the aspects ultimately is we hear everything which gets into slightly beginning gets ultimately regulated. So from your perspective, how do you think AI driven advancements, and how do you see them aligning on the regulatory side of it? We did hear some aspects some months back also the ministers talking about some bit of regulation there. And how do you handle it? A lot of that regulation is around ultimately customer data and AI being there, who's responsible ultimately. There could be other things also where some bit of regulation is needed, but then what is your take on it? How is it going to be enabled, or how are things going to be aligned?
Yeah, I think this is a very good issue. All of us are going to face, if not facing today, so every one of us is going to face the issue of how are we going to work with AI. Already challenges are being seen. You have seen quite a few issues in terms of usage such as your duplicates being drawn and being used for hacking your bank accounts or cheating your families, etc. So if I look at it on a global basis, the AI regulation follows two kinds of paths. Many countries are still thinking and are still working as to how can we exploit the power of AI to make it a tool of development, a tool of growth, a tool of industrial development, a tool of economic development. And the other set of countries which are saying, wait a minute, how do we regulate it? What kind of regulations are needed to make sure that the negative usages of this pervasive technology are not put into too much practice? So, if you look at European Union, for example, EU, they were the first group of countries to come up with the regulation to regulate the AI. So EU passed a law last year saying you can do this, and you can't do this. A very detailed law, and it's a very forward-looking regulation, but at the same time providing a way to check the misuse of this technology. But other countries, if I were to look at the US, for example, or China, for example, they are looking at it as how can we draw from the power of this? So far they have not really looked at regulating this in that sense the way Europeans have done. So their focus mainly is in terms of how do we make America as the best use of AI technology, or China, how we can leverage the AI technology to increase our global presence or increase our production or increase our role in the world power. India has just now brought a new telecom law. This is a country where we have lived with our existing telecom law, the Indian Telegraph Act 1885, for such a long time that people started thinking that will continue to outlive our lives for many more years.
कॉन्फ्रेंस रूम में है
But
जहाँ
great,
मीटिंग
this
कॉन्फ्रेंस
government took the leap, decided to come up with a new
आप
law,
कहाँ पर हैं?
and the new law provides not only the regulations that is
Near-
needed,
near
not
start number
specifically for
number.
AI, but lot about the technology that goes into it. But at the same time, did lot of promotional work for AI. So the focus, as I understand from the statement that was made by our telecom minister last month, that they want to use AI as a promotion, as to make country as a globally number one country, a globally developed country by year something. So
ठीक है मैं वहीं
I
पर
think
आऊँगा
focus is
ये
again
120
clearly how do we leverage the power of AI. Focus is going to be how do we leverage the combination of the mobile technology, the internet and the AI together. The regulation will definitely be end of the day. This country is known for some of the scams and AI will empower those as well. Even if I'm speaking lightly, but I think this is not far away from truth. So AI-powered scam is something we need to be aware of and make sure that we prevent them and come up with regulations to make sure that all the good guys use it and keep it out.
Thank you for the perspective. And before we end, I had a question with Mohan. So Mohan, we talked about how does AI, and now also we talked about how regulations would kind of be needed to keep things in check. Now we're really going to talk about some innovation.
It was very surprising to find an aviation company sandwiched between the IoT exhibition. It's very interesting. And having gone through that, when I had a detailed discussion with Mr. Grong, I discovered that this has been developed under the patronage of AAI, and that's what makes it more interesting. And it has also been installed at some of the airports, and it is the pride of Airport Authority as well as the NXC. Accurate billing boosts revenue, yes, true. Mr. Shri Narendra, yes, he is the apex person who will develop it. All right. Badhiya, good, right? Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for coming.